him.
In fact, I had remember when I had that Jeep? I had that guy paint that Yosemite salmon and 2 smoking pistols
Yeah.
on each side of my Jeep. And
I've seen that done.
and
Butt flaps.
they came out with a Jeep Renegade, so I had old, what was that idiot's name? Did that painting. Anyway, I had him write Outlaw down both sides of the hood, in black paint. It did look pretty good. And so, anyway, I always tell everybody that was the only hero I ever had right there. Except for Aunt Frances and Uncle Lori. Those 2 people there, I wish I could be like they are. In all the years that I knew Uncle Lori, I never saw him mad. He might get aggravated, but he never got mad. I never heard him say anything bad about anybody. I don't care if it was somebody he worked with or the neighbors or the family. He never said anything bad about anybody. And Aunt Frances is the same way.
Yeah.
I've never heard her say anything bad about anybody. And I always wished I could be like that.
Yeah.
But,
a lot of respect.
Yeah. I mean, how do they do that? If I don't like somebody, I'm telling them. Or I'm telling somebody else about it.
I know maybe 1 or 2 guys that are like that. Just happy all the time.
Yeah.
Never see them mad at anybody.
I mean, if I didn't get mad.
Wow, I wish I could be like that guy.
Yeah. Boy, he was funny. I'm not kidding you. Yeah. And you talk about some guy that got his butt chewed out for smoking all the time. Uncle Eddie and Uncle Lori. And Uncle Lori, he finally quit because he had that heart attack, But Uncle Lori smoked Chesterfields.
Yeah.
And Uncle Eddie always smoked Lucky Strikes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Uncle Larry always smoked Camels.
Huh.
All of them smoked non-filters.
Yeah, and are any of them here today? No.
I used to smoke those Camels.
It's just a
Let's learn a
coincidence.
lesson here.
Shoot, I've been smoking for, what,
Me and Liz Paul.
31 years?
Yeah.
My lungs are just fine. Might be black.
I could use a smoke, but other than
But I can't run 5 miles anymore.
no. Why do
I never could.
Yeah, well, I did. I had to.
You never smoked.
That's
you have a
true.
car, don't you?
I never tried that hard though.
The only reason I
High
ran
school.
5 miles an hour is because they scared me.
3
After
years.
y'all
You know,
got
back
No,
then,
high school.
they could beat
Oh. Oh, yeah, those were his wild days. Yeah, he
Yeah.
smoked more than cigarettes.
But there was, I think, when he made that 5 mile
Yeah,
run,
that's for sure.
there was
Bad boy
3 of us
Scott.
from Texas.
Smoke more.
Kept me from drinking too much.
Yeah,
What?
and there was 2 guys. There was 2 guys from California. There were 5 of us that made that 5 mile run.
Yeah.
That double time was like 60
No, just
pounds
sleep
of
right
full
here.
fuel pack on the back. Whew.
I hear you, bud.
Man, I'll tell you what, we must have been superhuman back then or something. Well, I was 18 years old.
Yeah. You are not only superhuman, you are immortal.
Invisible and untouchable. Yeah.
No, bulletproof and invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you got me.
He tried to get a job flying
Tony,
after
man,
that,
he plays
but
rugby.
something in politics.
Yeah.
Lucky if you did. And so, I mean, I was kind of griped, the way they treated the Desert Storm guys, but I mean, I was proud of them. But they didn't go through what we went through. They didn't have to pull a 12-month tour, and then, and then, I don't know, it was just,
Well, plus they weren't walking through jungles with leeches attached to them and dysentery at 100-degree weather.
They had it easy compared to
I mean,
Vietnam.
we had the guys we were fighting, it was a faceless enemy. I mean, you hardly ever saw him.
Ghosts.
And then when you did, man, they was on you quick.
Couldn't even order a child.
That's right.
I think back to things, that
You didn't know
scared me
who
the
the
most.
enemy was.
And I think the thing that just almost, just the anxiety of waiting for them, they say they're coming. And then the lieutenant come down the line and said, fix bayonets.
Mm.
And I think, oh God, here they come, they're coming across the wire. And that unlocking and locking in, we had 400 hanging on the wire, and the rest were inside with us. And, I know what scared is. And I'm telling you, I know what being afraid is. And we'd call us out at night, when they say, Recon, you gotta go. And you take off down that road on those tracks, at midnight, and my shoulders used to be shaking like this, And that nigger Washington says, God damn, that's excellent. What's wrong with you? Are you cold? And I said, yeah, I'm cold, Washington. I said, I'm colder than ice inside. I said, you don't know what's down this road. You just come in country. What do you hear about 9 months? He said, what are you talking about? I said, you fixing to find out. And, you know, when you gotta go at nighttime, you gotta go. And the strangest thing, one of the strangest things, you know, you always used to see those red ribbons coming down from the choppers at nighttime. But then you see the green, white ones going back up.
Chinese.
You know, Chinese tracers going up.
Got it.
You know, that, and really that bothered me more than when they was, and really when they're coming at you, you can't see them. You know, most of the time until they've gone past you, then you can see their tracer. But when they're coming straight at you, you know, you can't see the tracer coming, so you don't know the duck. But but anyway, that I went up there to get the names of these guys that I fought with, you know, off the wall, and I didn't know what it was going to be like. And Lost wanted to go in summertime, and I said, I'm not going in the summer. I'm going in the dead of winter because there'd be less people there. I didn't want to go there with a bunch of tourists. And it was about 20-something degrees, and that wind was blowing just about 25, 30 miles an hour. It was cold. And I mean, we was all about to freeze to death up there. And you know, there was still about 200 people at that wall. And when you walk down there to it, I mean, there was little bitty kids. And nobody talked louder than just a low whisper. I mean, even the kids, you know how kids usually run around screaming? None of them did that. And you didn't see parents yanking on them and telling them to be quiet or nothing. It was just, I don't know, it's something about that place that it just commands respect from you, you know.
Like being in church.
Yeah, and when I walked up and touched that wall, boy, I mean, I wasn't cold anymore. I didn't feel that cold wind. I could smell the jungle, and I could hear all those guys talking, and I could see them, you know, just like they were, you know. And sometimes I think they're the ones that are lucky, because they hadn't had to live with this for 25 years. And see, they stay forever young. They don't grow old, you know, in our memories.
That's true.
We're the ones that grow old, not them. And then I wrote in this one part that, when I was writing for this lady that's doing this evaluation on me, you know, at one part, I said, nothing ever lived and nothing ever died. I mean, those of us that came home, we had never really lived since, you know, because we were robbed of our youth, and those that died, you know, they'll always be remembered. They're still living in our memories. And I explained that to her, and she said, you know, you're kind of a complex person sometimes. And I said, no, not really. I said, that's just the way I feel about it. And I've got to go back, let's see, on the 28th this month.
What lady evaluated you?
For my disability. They're trying to, Texas Veterans Commission trying to get me 30 to 50% disability, where I can go to the doctors down there and it doesn't cost anything because it's service connected.
Yeah.
And so, because it's, I'm sleeping in the daytime, but I don't sleep at night. Whereas, I mean, 25 years, I'll stay up till midnight or 1 o'clock every night. And I may get up at 5:30, 5 o'clock, and work all day. And, you know, when you stay running like that on nervous energy, you know, I told that lady, I said, yeah, man, I live on caffeine and paranoia. And I do, I love coffee. And, but, you know, I just, and I'm not comfortable in crowds. I get real nervous. I don't like going to a football game or some big social deal there in Sonora, you know. I just don't like doing it. I don't like it. Because there's so much going on, I'm afraid I'll miss something. And
How
I've been
about
that way
family
since I
reunion?
come home, huh?
Does that
I'm
bother you?
uncomfortable.
Are you?
Yeah. That's why I kind of drift in and leave and come back a little bit and then I'll leave again. And I don't like saying goodbye. You know, when everybody's leaving, you know, and you got to go around hugging. I don't like that. That bothers me severely. I'd rather just leave and, you know, just I'll see all y'all and just going out the door or something.
Yeah.
I don't like saying goodbye. That's, to me, that's kinda like going to an airline, you know, and when you're on the way to the airport, it says terminal. That stinks, man.
That's a bad choice
I
of
know.
words
Really?
there.
You know, get on an airplane, terminal.
Right.
Hey,
The end.
you know, I think terminal, you know, I'm thinking something like death. You know, and goodbye to me, that's kind of a
Terminal.
a final thing there when you say goodbye. You know, I don't like to say goodbye. I'd rather say I'll see y'all later.
See you later.
Yeah, and go on. And but you know, there's bad words for, you know, that mean one thing, you know, but when you say it in another direction, well, it you know, I don't like the idea. I don't like to fly either. You want to went to Washington D.C. That lady says, "You want something to drink?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "Bring me some whiskey." The Lord said, let me look out that window. I said, "Shut that thing." I said, "Just shut the window." I said, "Don't be looking out. Don't be looking out." Yeah. So we get back to Midland, see, on Wednesday, and Mama says, "Did you hear about that jet flying over Hawaii? What happened to those people?" I said, "No, I ain't heard nothing." She said, "Yeah, man, the door of that United Airlines came off, 9 people got sucked out over Hawaii." Boy, it's a good thing they didn't tell me that before I left Washington, because I guarantee you I'd have greyhounded. No flying for me. Yes, sir, I'd have been on the big bus coming home, or I'd been hitchhiking with a truck driver. I would not have got on that airplane. And you know, when I went to jump school, that didn't bother me at all. And flying to Vietnam didn't bother me. Flying home didn't bother me. Now, that old guy named Murphy was in Vietnam with me. He was going to R&R to Australia. And I said, "Going on R&R, Murphy?" Was on Cambodian border. He said, "Yeah, Texas, I'm fixing to pull out." He said, "I'm going to Sydney, Australia." And I said, "Damn, I hope your plane don't crash." And I didn't mean nothing by it, you know, it's just something that I said. So he kind of frowned, you know, and then come back and I said, "How's your R&R?" He said, "I don't even want to talk to you." He said, "Why did you say that?" I said, "What?" He said, "When I was leaving, you said you hoped my plane didn't crash." He said, "I worried all the way over there." He said, "When I got there, I worried the whole time I had to fly back." And he said, you know, Murphy was real superstitious, you know. He didn't take no pictures of nobody, dead people. I took pictures of dead Vietnamese.
I've seen those snapshots you had.
I didn't take any dead GIs, you know. That's just something I wouldn't do. But yeah, he followed me taking pictures of goose, you know. That's just like posing with the deer to me. The only thing is, they didn't have a rack on their head.
The one I saw, he didn't have a head.
No, he didn't.
That's the one I remember.
You brought it to the union one time?
The picture the guy he took didn't have a
One
head.
time?
I don't remember details.
I remember that. I only looked at him one time.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I
one
didn't-
time you brought him to the reunion.
No, I saw him at your trailer, or your house,
Yeah.
at that one range.
Yeah, you must have seen him at my house, because I don't think.
It was a long time
I don't
ago.
think I ever brought him to the reunion, because everybody think I was warped or something. Hell, I was warped. Yeah, I found his face, you know. There was a little bit of skull cap right there, you know. Got the background, had the hair right here. But his ears was gone, but it looked just like you. The rest of it was all there, lips and the nose and the eyelashes and everything. You know. I saw it laying on the ground, and I thought, huh, look at here. I picked it up, and it looked just like a little yellow rubber mask, you know. Should be a little red on the inside. So I
That's
picked
like,
up, laid it up over my face like this, went up my lieutenant, like that. And he knew right then who did it. He didn't even look at me. He said, "Tex," he said, "I know that's you." But you know, we did things like that because you're gonna find something humorous
yeah,
out of any kind of bad situation.
Yeah.
You got to, you know.
yeah.
And
Keep
But-
your sanity.
huh?
Keep your sanity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those people
Yeah.
are another
Yeah.
breed of, I don't know, they're a weird breed of human.
Oh yeah, they.
Dirty.
I hated to hear them sing.
Yeah,
You remember that?
yeah.
I day by day by day. Hoy! What was the hoy business? Just ruined the whole song right there.
Really bad.
You know, you know that, and you're trying to get into some kind of music.
Yeah.
They don't have music over
Yeah.
there. And then women be in there scrubbing pots and pans or something, and then, hoy! Right at the end of the night.
Did Did you ever have any women or children come at you with hand grenades or anything?
No, they kept climbing on the track trying to steal our food. I told them to get off the track, you know. And I was pretty nice to them the first 2 or 3 days, and then we got an intelligence report of a battalion of NVA moving through a rubber plantation. That's a bin cat. So we drove in there in that rubber plantation. First thing happened, we run over a mine. 2-3 did. We killed Charlie Hawshaw, Jordan Fannis, and Bellamy took his legs off.
You were in the tank?
No, he was right behind me. See, we drive in the tracks of the vehicle in front of us, and Charlie had moved out of the tracks just a little bit, and
he hit
run over a self-detonating mine. And then after that, then the next day, 2-4 hit a mine. And is that your girls?
Yeah.
Oh,
What do they call those? What do they call those mines on the ground that blow up?
Shape charge?
No, they had a woman's name.
Bouncing Betty?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What's a bouncing Betty?
It's a type of explosive that'll blow your lower extremities up,
Yeah.
and just you step on it or something comes up.
No, I
through
want
the
to step out the door.
What were those sticks called that they stuck in the...
Pudgy.
Huh?
Pudgy stakes.
Yeah. Was that true? They really had those?
Yeah, they had what they called.
Yeah, I know. I heard about that.
Bear traps. They were boards about, a board frame about that square, and they had steel spikes go pointing down like this, and they had barbs on them, you know. And you be walking along, you step down in there, and then the first reaction is to pull your foot out of that hole. And when you pull your foot up, well, those drives those spikes into your ankle.
Oh, wow.
And they take bullets and set them down inside bamboo. You know, when you step on that, and they'd mash that bullet down on that. They'd have a nail head, a nail point down on the bottom, and step on it and make that bullet shoot right straight up your leg. And they tied snakes in the tunnel, scorpions. Those scorpions are about that long, black scorpions.
You spilled them?
And I used to tell everybody about these
That's a
scorpions.
motel.
And they didn't believe me. So when we went to Smithsonian while we were in Washington, D.C., they had one of them in a glass cage inside that museum.
Was
Alive.
that
I've never
tree
seen a scorpion that big.
Yeah, me either. I have to lay him right here, and the stinger would be right back here in my wrist, and the pinchers would be hanging over my fingers.
What
like
was that? A
Scorpion.
scorpion?
Black scorpions has never been.
No, they're about 8 or 9 inches long, about that long. And nobody believed me until we went to the Smithsonian, and I showed Lois and everybody that they had them in a glass cage box up there in that museum, and all alive. And I told them, I said, there's one of those scorpions.
Would it
right
one
there.
kill you?
Huh?
Would a bite from one of them kill you?
I don't know. I never saw anybody stung by one. But we just killed them in our bunkers in the jungle. And that's the only place I ever got a leech on me, too, is in the jungle. I never got a leech on me in the paddies, you know. It was in
Just one leech?
one leech? No.
A bunch?
Yeah, they may be about that long, an inch, about the size of a pencil lead. Inside about 2 minutes, they'll be about that long, about big around as your finger.
Wow.
It's soaked with blood out of it. And they said that that bleach.
How do you get them off? Just pull them off?
No, you can pull them off, but we stick cigarettes on them, and that way they
Just let go.
turn loose, so you know. And if you don't, they'll leave their teeth or whatever that is that they hook on to you with, and then it gets infected.
Yeah.
And they get on your head, and you know you
Leeches.
wouldn't know it from your steel pot. Pretty soon there'll be blood running down your head where that steel pot had busted the leech, you know. And it starts out a little bit of itch. You'll feel an itch there, and all of a sudden, boy, you'll feel something big on you then by that time. But they're thick as mosquitoes. I mean, we tape our, black plastic tape, electrical tape. We tape our cuffs of our shirts around here and around our pants at the bottom. Wrap that tape around there, black tape real tight. Keep it crawling up inside our clothes. And then if it dropped on you or got on you, you just have to get somebody else to get them off. But
Must have been hot with all that gear on.
What about
you never seen them in the paddies, did you? Or leeches?
Not patties up in the jungle area at the moment.
Yeah, that's where we got them on us, you know.
Ain't nothing can live in the patties but rice.
Yeah, really. And
The
stink.
pigs use them for bathrooms.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's their toilet, you know. They have
wow.
a good big hooch.
And y'all had to go through those?
Yeah.
No, it was Paul had to go through. I flew over.
Yeah, he flew, you know. Yeah.
I dipped my skids
You
in
were
once in a while.
Yeah, I went there quite a bit of it, but
Well, I didn't carry troops. I flew gunships.
yeah. And we'd follow gunships a lot of times into where they were gonna set us down.
Yeah.
And the gunships would go in ahead of us.
Prep the area.
Yeah, and then if, we started taking on fire, you know, then we'd follow the gunships out. And sometimes those gunships, I'm telling you now, they got some moves like you wouldn't believe in helicopters. It's like Tiny Eskimo and he said, text buddy, he said, how come you always get in the middle? And I said, well, I'll tell you something. I said, number one, I outrank you. I said, number two, you're gonna get shot before I do. And I said, if somebody falls out, it's gonna be you, not me. I'm hanging out in the middle. Yeah.
I'm one in the middle
Unless
too.
one of them was dragging me with them, you know, and they got a hold on my teeth. You know, they come down here and all of a sudden just turn sideways.
Oh, wow.
And just bank and just come in
Over
like
that
it, and then all of a sudden they just turn and go back like that.
So about Huey?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he banked about 110 degrees.
Yeah.
Past was inverted.
Oh, wow.
Wop, 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 wop. You hear them props whipping there, and I think, oh, please don't break.
Yeah, that one bolt that holds it together, right?
Yeah, please don't break.
Yeah, please don't break.
Yeah, so,
Wow.
but I'm more comfortable in a helicopter than I am a fixed wing.
Me
I don't know why, a helicopter, when they going down, they go down. Now.
There's no coasting with them.
No, and they-
Although
and they
one guy was
bounce
telling me there is
along
some
down.
way that you can,
Oh,
Make 'em
helicopter,
coast.
I can put any helicopter, I've got shot down 3 times over there and never scratched a bird.
yeah, how do you
Yeah.
do it? What,
Auto rotate.
Yeah.
it goes the other way or something?
No, the prop on top, rotor blades, it's a one-way drive. When you lose the engine, they just freewheel. And they've got a certain amount of fixed pitch that you can't take out. So they're gonna pinwheel as you come down.
Huh.
And you still got a certain amount of lift.
Mm-hmm,
Cushion.
mm-hmm.
So what you do is you slide forward at a 45-degree angle. It's called a 1-1 rate of descent. Foot forward, foot down. You know, and then you just, that'll keep your rotor turning, the air going through it.
Yeah,
Coming down.
that's coming pretty fast though.
Yeah, and you flare at the end, kill off your forward airspeed, full pitch, land it, walk away. You put it back with a pickup truck with no engine.
Huh.
But with a fixed wing, you gotta plow about 15 acres to get that sucker stopped.
Yeah.
If
But-
acres are full of trees,
But
you're
I
dead.
feel
Yeah.
much more comfortable in a helicopter than I
Yeah,
do.
me
Now,
too.
that time Kenneth and Diane came down, they were flying, spraying, you know,
Falling?
with a,
Falling?
yeah, they're at the range.
They don't? Oh.
No, they're spraying toward the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's not as strong a dose as what they were dumping over there. And he took Kenneth and kids and Diane, you know,
On the
flew them
bird?
around, yeah. Yeah,
I bet it was.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Oh, yeah.
This was the
You know what it
class.
was?
I don't remember. The bell or whatever.
Oh, we have a bubble on the front?
Yeah.
And a wire and tailbone? That's 13T. Bell 13T.
A long time ago, we used to
Yeah.
do rides.
They're a lot of fun.
Was this a helicopter or a?
helicopter.
Oh.
For Vietnam.
They spray with helicopters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had booms
Me
out
neither.
there, you know.
Big old boom stick out the side of it, like wings.
I took pictures of the house and everything from up in it. He asked me, he said, these bad banks bother him? Well, I said, no. That ain't bothering me at all. I said, mainly because ain't nobody shooting at us.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
I mean, a lot better, you know, and Stephen, you know, he's got an AK-47 SKS. That's a Chicon, you know.
Shotgun, I see it. Bolt
Yeah,
action, yeah.
yeah, and that fold-back bayonet.
Yeah. Long something.
Yeah. And I told him, I said, boy, I don't like this dog. I said, and I've shot it a couple times, you know, I shot that AK. But,
That AK is a weapon.
I told him, I said, I'm gonna tell you something, man, this gives me a funny feeling, you know, shooting this weapon, because all you was on the receiving end of one of these.
And you know that weapon
Yeah.
shot at some Americans.
Yeah,
You know it did.
you did him right.
If he captured it.
And, that SKS he got that brand new over here, but, still that bayonet. You know, it's,
Long, skinny.
yeah, it's round and it comes down and it gets flat on the end just
Yeah.
like that, you know. It's not a sharp, both
Are
sides.
these
it's just
legal
like-
weapons?
Yeah, they're legal. It's like if you took a little piece of
Yeah, you can
aluminum
get it with
pipe,
a gun
hammered
shot.
the end of it flat.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. But I'm gonna tell you something, man, they hurt.
Did you
Yeah,
get
they
one?
hurt, yeah, they hurt,
Jesus.
and
Did you
every
get
time I
one?
look at that front end of that AK, you know where it's got that double wood on top and the
Yeah.
bottom? Well, I think about my forearms, you know, when they come across, knocking it away, you know, with your rifle, and you gotta hit them back down with your forearm when you get in there with your arm.
Yeah.
And,
This is kind of close, isn't it?
Yeah, getting real close. That one time I jumped,
I'd do that.
I moved them back into the track, and there was 6 of them in our track.
Oh.
And we were fighting from bunkers.
NVA or,
NVA. That was the analog. Yeah, I know.
6 is an enemy?
Yeah.
This is not Vietcong. This is NVA. This is
hardcore
hardcore troops from up north.
troops from the north.
Hmm.
You know, they're trying to take the track.
Khakis. They came down to fight.
Yeah, and them stupid helmets.
Fifth helmets.
You know, they weren't metal or anything like ours. They just
Fifth helmets
some
like
kind of helmet, you know.
Dr. Watson or, you know.
Yeah, I run to the bunker.
Yeah.
And I run back and I yanked that back hatch open. There was one squatting there looking at me. You know, all I had was a bayonet in my belt.
Yeah.
You know, and it surprised him, surprised me. You know.
What, M14 bayonet?
Yeah.
What'd he
I had
have?
that in my belt, huh?
What weapon did he
He had
have?
he's squatting down there looking at my ammunition, trying to pull it up like he had AK-47 laying across his lap right
Holy
there.
shit.
So what'd you do?
Yeah, huh?
What'd you do?
I let him hold that bayonet for a while.
Where? In his stomach?
Right underneath his sternum right there, shoved up enough to get to his heart, you know, and wiggle it around long enough, and I pulled him out and I crawled on in there with the others. You know, they ain't taking my stuff. They wasn't stealing nothing from me. And I was going home, alive.
Yeah.
And you can't run. Where are you gonna run to?
Be another one now.
You
There ain't no
know,
front lines
no,
over
pull back.
Draw the circle, right?
Yeah.
So they were down in your tank
Yeah, circle the wagon.
So you jumped down in the tank with
them?
with a bunch of them?
Huh?
You jumped in the tank with a bunch of them?
I got the rest of them too, because they was busy trying to take my guns and the radio, and the others trying to start the track.
Oh, still.
What about the time your tank hit a mine?
Huh? Oh,
Tell about that.
well, I got a picture of me standing in that mine hole.
Really?
After they put my arm back in the socket. And,
Mm.
we'd gone, escorted some deuce and a half that were hauling supplies from, down to Kyle Lake. And,
I think she knocked your wife.
I told my lieutenant before we left, you know, I said,
Oh,
when I
you were.
come back, I said, I'm gonna be running at you like a wounded hen from
It's
my,
not your
Yeah.
fault, yeah.
Yeah.
you know, that's just an expression. I didn't know I was gonna get wounded, you know, before I got back. And, you know, when you whop a mosquito like that, that's what it feels like. I
What?
always said,
What?
when a mine goes off, it's just a concussion like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
And,
Is that when you got the shrapnel in your back?
No, that's in my arm and ruptured my ears. And,
I bet it did.
Huh?
I bet it did.
Yeah, and I mean, I always said I'd jump off, because I'd seen guys get squashed underneath it, you know, when the track flips over. And Sanchez, the driver, he saw the hole,
Oh, you ran over the track?
yeah, on the track,
Jesus.
and he just turned it real sharp, you know, and the track was hanging over 1/4 of the hole, and the main explosion went out to one side over there. And, Vito with 50 come up, hit him right there in the face, crushed this side of his face right here. And Sanchez knocked him out. And when I come from Cav, you fought on those tracks. You never got off the track for any reason, you know, unless you was going to help somebody.
What do you mean, inside the tank or out?
Well, you stayed on the vehicle.
Yeah.
Fought off of that because there's your radios, your machine
Yeah.
guns,
Just
your
like an
ammunition, and
Optos?
everything. Huh?
Just like an Optos?
Well, it's what we call a armored cavalry assault vehicle.
Yeah,
So we
carried
had
by
one
6
to read.
guys in the back.
Yeah, well, it was two
Something like
gunners and an ammo humper and TC. track
106s?
And, no, I had a 50 caliber.
50 caliber.
Yeah, you're talking about
Autos.
what we call a duster. Got the twin forties
Yeah,
on the front.
yeah.
Get the pumping, yeah.
Yeah.
I like them.
So you were in a tank or a?
It's a track, what they call a track. It's
Track.
a armored,
It's an armored vehicle.
armored personnel.
Oh, I always thought you were in a tank.
No, not a big tank.
Not a-
For the night.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were on a
This
tank.
is
So that's even worse. You're more exposed in one of
Worse,
those.
this is a
Really?
go-kart tank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the walls on
Am I
this,
right?
yeah, because the walls are made out of 3 inches of aluminum alloy.
Huh.
And the tank, the front end of the tank is 14 inches of solid steel.
Yeah.
And 7 inches or 8 inches of steel is the turret and the sides. And, I mean, those AK bullets that stick in the side of those tracks.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and, of course, an RPG, a 7 would penetrate 14 inches of solid steel.
Mm.
And and take those tanks out, you know,
Yeah.
and so, I mean, they'd do the same thing with us.
Oh, it'd blow y'all on hell.
And, RPG take, anybody, in fact, I guess,
There's a lot of RPGs over here too.
yeah, and I was down
Yeah,
inside,
What's our
It's a little rocket fire,
it's
shoulder
a
fired
shoulder
rocket.
mounted rocket
Steve?
anti-tank weapon.
Yeah.
They got an RPG-2 and an RPG-7. RPG-2 will penetrate 7 inches of steel, and RPG-7 will penetrate 14 inches of steel. And it hits and burns through, and then it explodes again.
Yeah, it blows up on the inside.
It's a heat ramp. It burns through and then explodes again once it gets inside.
And all that takes about a half a second.
Yeah. Just about a half a second burn through 14 inches of solid steel. I was down inside when they hit the RPG on the 25th of February. Hit the mine on the 10th of March. That was not even a month. Passed about 3 weeks and
Yeah.
2 weeks really, and I was hit again. And then again in May at the Y Bridge in Saigon, you know, during the little Ted. Then
Yeah.
followed up the big Ted.
Yeah.
And going to that Chowan district of Saigon.
That's a bad area to be. That's a bad area to be.
Well, what about that time you looked at that guy, your friend, and all his teeth were turned sideways?
Yeah, that's Sanchez. He's the one who was driving. That
He did
concussion
what?
turned his teeth sideways.
Oh, man.
His front teeth here turned going this way from the concussion.
Gee,
I'm telling you, that mine is something else, man.
easy to drink, but hard to chew.
Yeah, but I got him out of there. He was about that broad at the shoulders. I mean, he looked like a brick wall. He was short, and he was from, his name was, something like Quentin, but it's not pronounced that way. Wait a minute, let me think, almost had it. Joel Quinn Sanchez.
Joaquin?
He was from Louisiana. He was
Yeah, Joaquin is probably what it is.
It's Joaquin.
Yeah, that's Joaquin.
Joaquin,
Yeah.
okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And I got him out of the driver's hatch and woke him up. Told him to get out and help me. I said, they're shooting at us. You know, and I'm like, here's the bullets coming by. Bullet come by.
One of
He
them's got
goes,
to ask for relief.
pow, real loud pop, you know. I said, hurry up, get out of here. I said, he said, where's everybody else? I said, I don't know. And I couldn't get my hand to work, you know, it was turned around backwards because my arm was out of joint at that way. I didn't know that at that time, you know. And so I just couldn't figure out why my hand wasn't working.
Yeah, that's y'all, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was,
Just thought you're uncoordinated.
I could hear, but I couldn't hear.
There's no time to be cleansed.
Yeah, and so anyway, we got out of that. That's when I got shot in the back of the head. I had the helmet. I got my helmet. I brought it home. They were gonna take it away from me.
I got my flight helmet. I brought it home. It's bulletproof.
Yeah, they told me. They said, "No, you can't." I said, "Yeah, I'm
You
taking it."
going somewhere?
I said, "All you're gonna do is combat losses."
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I said, I'm taking it home.
Hard to step away.
So the bullet went through your helmet and hit your head?
No, I cut my hair off right here when I cut that sweatband. It's inside the helmet liner. It's about that thick, made out of leather. You cut that, my hair off right there. Like broke my neck.
Like you didn't
You know,
beehive on you.
it hit me like that right there. Well, it was you can see the groove for that.
Yeah, Bobby didn't catch that helmet. Beehive on you.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Did
go
you
all
have
around
a
your head.
whiplash?
Yeah. Boy,
Wow.
my neck yanked that hard. I'm not kidding. I thought my neck was broke.
Oh, yeah. I got hit in the
I
face with a
dropped like
shotgun
I
once.
dropped like a sack of shit. I thought somebody killed me. You know, poleaxed me there. And I thought, what in the world? And I was the next time I'd laying on the ground. My helmet was out there in the middle of the road going right.
Wow.
And we said, hey man, did you see that? Somebody's helmet's out there rolling around in the road. I said, yeah, it's mine. And,
Glad your head's not
then,
in it.
then the next time that nigger was putting his boot in my armpit, pulling my arm, you know, pulling it back.
Is he a medic?
Yeah. That was
I went out with a guy the other night that was a medic in Vietnam.
was what?
He was a medic in Vietnam.
Is that right? Y'all was kidding.
Was he a black guy? Lewis might have known him. Was he a black guy? Might have been the same one.
Gosh! Get real! Like, I go out with a black guy.
I'm just kidding.
It's too old. So you come back home to Fredericksburg, huh? And I said, you know, that ain't my home. But I said, yeah, I'll come back. Oh. He starts laughing, and all these people in that in the dining area, they're over looking over and wondering who I am, you know. And I have to yell to make him hear me. What are you doing? Yeah? No, what are you doing? Well, I don't know, I'm supposed to be eating. There was about 4 of them old men around that table, and none of them was eating, they was just sitting there. You know.
That's Albert?
That long. Huh?
That was Albert?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
you know, I don't live that long. 'Cause, you know, I don't be stupid like that. Sit there and stare at the plate food and eat. Yeah. Remind me of J.W. Seeker's grandpa. Hey, Pops, did they steal that pistol or rifle from you? Well, yeah. That's all they say.
Which one?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Man, them old men are funny.
We went out there one time, and he was still living out there, and he always did this to my mom and Simmy and Pearl. Das ist Martha, das ist Simmy, das ist Pearl,
Yeah.
and he would holler just as loud as he could.
What was he saying? This is?
Das ist.
What's that?
This is.
Oh, this is. Okay.
Das ist.
Okay.
This is.
When you
Simmy,
take
this-
beer out there to him, you know, you may drink 4 or 5, and he'll still be sipping on that one, but every time you get one, he get one. It is an ice box. By the time you left, you'd have a 12-pack and every case in there, an ice box, and you'd have a drink, you know, and then you leave them, you know, you ain't no beer. And but he ain't drinking but one. I
So
said, what are you doing that for? Well, I have lots of beer for later.
I was gonna say you'd have 10 beers sitting around that are half full.
You know, boy, he's a...
He had a lot of wine bottles down in that
Yeah,
wine
well,
cellar.
And some whiskey. We found some whiskey still in the bottle.
And those old
Oh, really?
crocks that were in there, he used those crocks for making beer.
Really?
Yeah,
We
potatoes.
talked about that, we thought you might have been
Yeah,
doing that, yeah.
he didn't like me going down in that cellar. You need to stay out there. Yeah.
You know why?
Still
You
in
know,
my
did
beer.
you see that old Rambler that was sitting out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got that, I was down there the year he got that brand new. We was going to church. You know, I don't think I saw anybody in that church that was under 70. They've always been old. That's all they let go in that church. He told me we drove 30 miles an hour and these people come by and just suck the doors off that Rambler, you know. Idiots. I said, what? He said, they're idiots. I said, why? Anybody drives over 30 miles an hour is an idiot. I was saying, you're an idiot because we're about to get run over out there. I didn't say nothing, you know.
How'd you get all those dents on that car then?
Well,
All that beer.
beer bumps, whiskey bumps, you know, bumping into things. But he'd tear something apart and he'd just leave it.
I can tell you like a tinker.
Yeah, he wouldn't put nothing back together.
Yeah.
He'd tell you probably never did put nothing back together. The only thing he put together was a dead deer. You know?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it too.
He did
See,
that
made
himself?
Yeah, he did. He made those forms by hand with that plaster Paris.
Yeah.
And those were heavy mounts, you know.
Yeah.
Now they
I'd-
use that foam, you know, that styrofoam stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, Albert, he was a character.
Hmm.
I'm telling you. I always liked Uncle Albert.
Did you go to that funeral?
No, I don't like those funerals. They always have to go view the body. Now, the only time I've been to a funeral that made me feel good at the same time was when I went to Conrad's. Because when Grandpa laying in the coffin, he looked just like he did when he was alive. You know, most people look dead,
Yeah.
but Grandpa didn't look dead to me. You know, his cheeks were still
Rosy.
rosy, and he looked just like he always did to me. You know, he was 59 when I was born. But I remember when I was 6 or 7 years old, when he'd do his arm like that muscle was like a grapefruit when he was 65, 66,
He was
67
in
years
good
old.
shape.
He was he was strong. Grandpa was real
He
strong.
was a big man.
But he always reminded me of a big old gentle giant. You know, he was real kind and real soft-hearted. Loved kids.
Yeah.
You know, man, he loved children.
Huh.
One time I went to see Grandma in the hospital. I don't really remember what was wrong with Grandma, but she's at St. John's. And so Mama called me and she said, we need somebody to sit with Grandma all night long. And I said, well, I'll come out and sit from 11 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning. And she said, she's okay. So I got up there in the hospital room. Grandma's laying in there, you know, and it's dark. You know, they have those rheostat lights where you can turn them up or turn them down.
Yeah.
And it was just barely dim, you know, you could only see a shadow in that room. I could see Grandma laying there in that hospital bed. Mother says, now, be quiet, and don't wake her up, and don't smoke. I said, well, if I need to smoke, I'll go out in the hall. She said, okay. So I went in there and I got settled down. It's dark, you know, I couldn't read. The lights nearly out. So I get back and I get sit down there like this, and all of a sudden, what do you know? 12 night, you know, and it's silent in there. And I hear this, what do you know? And I'm telling them, I said, God, I said, Grandma, you scared the shit out of me. She said, well, what are you doing? I said, what do you think I'm doing? I'm sitting up here sitting with you. And she said, well, talk. They told me to leave you alone, let you sleep. She said, I don't want to be able to sleep. She said, they make me sleep all day long. She said, I want to hear some news. I said, well, hell, I don't know any news. I said, let my heart settle down here a little bit and I'll tell you about it. I said, what do you want to know? So we sat there and talked till about 4 in the morning. And she finally, you know, drifted off to sleep, you know. And, man, she scared me to death. She thought that was funny too. You know?
I bet.
And I heard her over.
The way she kind of chuckled under her breath.
You know, when I'm always sitting in the front yard one night, and the first time in my life I ever made Grandma laugh. You know, we were sitting out there in the yard, and she was sitting in the front porch. You know, she always sat there real straight. You know.
With her legs like this.
Sitting there like that.
She was so ladylike.
You know, and so she told me, she said, I bought that garden hose today. I said, hell, I got one just like it. I said, and I don't like it either. She said, you don't like it? I said, hell no. I said, look at it. I said, every time you pull it, it ties in a knot or crimps down and shuts water off. She says, you got it. That's right. I said, the man that invented that ought to have every inch of it stuck in his butt. She thought that was just funny as hell. Hell, I was serious. You know, I wasn't being funny. I was serious about that. Them dropping ass garden hoses, you know. I thought to myself, you know, that's the first time I ever saw her laugh.
How old were you?
Anything I said, you know. Usually when I went over, they start talking in German. So I knew they was talking about me. Because they were talking English if you're talking about you, because then you know what they're saying. So they start talking German, I'm like, well, I'm out of here. And Felicia, you know, she was always one of these kids that had these big imaginations, you know, and they fluorescent lights Grandma had in her living room. You remember those? About that long?
Yeah.
Spent the night over there.
I remember those.
Felicia said, you know, those lights had poisonous fumes in them. I mean, she's about 6 years old telling me this, and I'm about 7 and a half, you know. So we laid in there worried about the poisonous fumes and the fluorescent lights all
You'd be
night
dead
long.
by morning.
Your dad saying that stupid living room, you were all by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I remember Grandma standing there ironing for days. That old hot house, just always ironing there. I didn't know, you know. I told her, I said, man, y'all got a lot of clothes.
Oh, that's right. She took you there.
Yeah.
She took in irons
Yeah,
for people.
she
Yeah.
took in iron. But you didn't know that.
No, hell no, I just was a kid, you know. I said, hell, y'all got lots of clothes. She said, why? And I said, hey, you're always ironing. I said, don't you ever run out of clothes? And she just laughed, never did tell me any different. And then one time Brenda was just, well, she was about like Joanne. And, you know, Brenda's about that big, and she was crawling underneath the bed in her grandma's room. And I seen her underneath there, and she just talking, you know. And I looked down, and she's holding
As usual.
I looked underneath the bed, and she's holding this double-edged razor blade
Oh no.
in her fingers, and just looking at that thing. I said, don't. And I didn't want to say, don't, you know,
Yeah.
everything, so I reached in there to get it away from her, and she kind of yanks it away from me. Takes my finger. Got across there, and I said, ooh. And so I reached the other hand and got it right quick, you know. So she's grumbling around. Well, she didn't know, you know. And I thought, man, I'm spilling blood all over the ground. So I didn't know what to do, and I knew that she my ass at it and went in there to cut fingers. So I just stuck my hand in my pocket. Held it there all day long, kept my hand closed so it quit bleeding. And I was having new blue jeans, you know, and couldn't really tell it.
Real dark.
Well, that evening when I went home, I got away from Grandma's house, I pulled my hand out of my pocket, and it was all that old dried blood, you know, and I had to pull it apart, you know. And I never did tell them about that. I took the razor blade and went in there and put it in the trash can in the bathroom. And I think I told them about it maybe, I Well, maybe it might have been 2 years ago, I was telling Mark about that.
I never heard that.
And it was
story.
Brenda that had the blade?
I just.
Okay, Scott.
In other words, Lewis Paul saved your life.
I owe him my life.
Kenneth Wayne, boy, he was funny too. You know, he fell off the back of Grandma's house. And you know that big old square porch they had out there in the back door? He fell on the point of that porch, hit himself right in the belly. You know, and he comes over there, and I'd seen him up on top of the house. You know, next thing I know, he's standing over next to me going, and I said, what's the matter? He said, I fell off the house. I said, well, you hurt? He said, hit my belly on the porch. And I said, well, let me see. Had a big old red scratch on his belly there where he had to land on that cement. And I said, damn, didn't that hurt? Yeah. And I said, why didn't you cry? He said, there wasn't anybody around.
Yeah, I remember that Chinaberry tree. Yeah.
One time he told me, he said, man, I wish I lived in the cowboy days. I said, why is that, Kim? He said, they had music back then. You know when you see them riding, well, he thought they had music back then.
All the time.
No, they had music back then. Boy, he could come up with some of the dumbest things sometimes. Man. But, you know, when I used to tell everybody, you know, when I said, man, when we was kids, I said, you know, we always had to pick up them China berries.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
those
we
are
used to like
nasty.
throw them when they was green, but when it turned yellow, it wasn't fun.
They shriveled up.
Yeah, we had to rake them up then, you know. Yeah.
We had Chinaberry guns
Yeah, I told him, I said,
Who?
man,
Did you really?
made out of bamboo.
yeah, I told him, I said, man, we support, we just eat dirt and China berries, that's all we do. Cause that's all I can remember is raking up them China berries on that dirt out there, you know,
Yeah.
that's full of all that St.
Dirt,
Augustine
China berries.
guts.
That was a great tree. I remember sitting out in
love
that,
that tree.
and we'd all go sit down in it. Didn't it
Those
have a
grapes.
tree house?
Well, I found